What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K Flexon. I'm back here with yet another video. I know you might be thinking, K Flexon, what has gotten into you? Another video? Are you crazy? Are you cracked? What happened? What changed? You know, I had a whatchamacallit. What is it called? A premonition? I think that's the right word. A premonition. Now, I just thought about it. Like, yo, are you gonna continue to wait for content, or are you gonna make the content? Aren't you supposed to be a content creator, or are you a content waiter? Bruh. And I said, you know what? I'm a content creator. Let's create some content. So listen, today we're gonna get into the 3 most underrated Miami Dolphin players. And I had to think about this for a very long time. I know who I wanted to put at number 1, but I did not know the other 2. So I had to think about it. I had to really shuffle some pieces around. But I've concluded who are the top 3 most underrated Dolphin players on the team. Now, real quick, shout out to people who like this video before they even heard the sentence. Let's get into the video. Number 3 most underrated player on the Miami Dolphins would be this man's name on the screen, Raekwon Davis. Now, Raekwon Davis, I don't know if it's more so he's underrated or he just plays at a position where he'll never get a lot of attention, but I don't feel like enough is talked about him. I mean, this guy, he was selected to the Pro Football Writer of America All-Rookie team, and he had like 40 tackles, which led the rookie defensive tackles and tackles, okay? And he was our best rookie by a long shot. And I feel like, well, at least me, a lot of my attention is focused on Tua and Austin Jackson and Noah. I don't even really be focused on the rookie that had the negative tends to poke out more. So when we had a Raekwon Davis who had one of our best rookie seasons in a long time, it's kind of like skips my mind. So I have to give him his credit right now. Raekwon Davis did his thing. You have to be proud of him, and we know as Dolphin fans how it is when you have a defensive tackle that it does not demand any attention, that nobody respects, that get pushed out the way. Bro, you'll get gashed all day. Your $100 million secondary that we have, it will never matter. If Raekwon Davis isn't there, if there's not a big guy in the middle that's able to take those double teams that running backs can't just run through, our $100 million secondary might as well be $5 because every team's just gonna run on us, aka the Patriots. They're just gonna run on us. We've been in that position before. Whether it be because we have bad linebackers or bad defensive tackle play, we've been in that position. I'm just happy we are no longer in that position. Shout out to Raekwon Davis, everything that he's doing. I feel like he's underrated, but I feel like that might be his career because he's not going to be a 10-sack guy. So he's always going to be probably one of those guys that is not really talked about that much, but that has a huge impact on the game. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's the same. Like, there's only a few run stoppers that are like really like Vince Wilfork, I guess. But even with him, it was because he won a lot of rings, and it was also because he looked funny and was shaped weird and was really fat. So that's why he kind of like blew up. But most run stoppers or people that play in those trenches that's not getting 10 sacks a season, they don't really get that as much attention. So yeah, that would be number 3, Raekwon Davis. Number 2, and this is a guy that I forgot about. Eric Rowe. What Eric Rowe did this season, he had 2 interceptions. He had over 80 tackles. Those are fantastic numbers, but more so why I think he's underrated is that what he did to the tight ends this year is nothing short of amazing. And I listen, I ain't gonna lie. Darren Waller fucked him up. Bruh. Okay, and that's just a reality. And so did Travis Kelce. But again, those are 2 people that pretty much are going to mess up everybody. Eric Rowe had his own against Kettle. Eric Rowe had his own against every other tight end he played. I ain't gonna lie though, Darren Waller, he did take Eric Rowe's soul. It happened on live TV, on national TV, on Thursday Night Football, I believe it was. Maybe it wasn't Thursday night. I don't think it was Thursday night, but it was national TV what happened. But yeah, I remember that. But hey, it is what it is. We can't judge his whole season off that. Eric Rowe had a really good season. Again, we know how it feels to not be able to stop tight ends because I remember those days where it was just like it was nothing we could do with Gronk for years. And honestly, there's still probably nothing we could do with it. I'm not saying Eric Rowe can guard Gronk, but we know how it is for a tight end to just absolutely destroy our franchise. I love Rashad Jones. Rashad Jones, he covered tight ends pretty well, but he started getting injured some, and we never could get the job done with our other safeties. For Eric Rowe to completely erase those tight ends, again, it makes it very hard. That's why our defense was so good. Again, we give a lot of credit and attention to our secondary of Byron Jones and Xavier Howard 10 interceptions, but these things don't happen if Eric Rowe's not shutting down that tight end because they're just going to throw it to the tight end. These things don't happen if Raekwon Davis is not stopping the run because they're just going to run the ball. You get what I'm saying? So these are very important factors. Again, Eric Rowe had a really great season. I know it's kind of hard to erase the Oakland game or the Las Vegas game because I ain't gonna lie, Darren Waller just destroyed us. But If you erase those out your memory, Eric Rowe had a really, really good season. And he's one of the most underrated players, I think, on the team. And I'm looking forward to see what he does this year. Now, the number one most underrated player on the Dolphins. This one was a no-brainer for me. This was the one that first one that popped into my head. It's been popping up to my head ever since the offseason started. And that is going to be Mike Gesicki. Okay? And when I started realizing that Mike Gesicki was underrated was when the Kyle Pitts talk started and everybody was talking like we needed Kyle Pitts. And I remember looking at, asking people, like, why do y'all want to get a tight end at 3? This is when we had the 3rd pick. I'm like, why do y'all want Kyle Pitts? Like, again, apparently Kyle Pitts is the next Calvin Johnson. We'll see when he gets in the league. But I'm like, why do y'all want a tight end? And they used to tell me, he's unguardable, Flex. He's too big for corners. He's too fast for linebackers. And and that's all they used to tell me. He's too big and he's too fast and he's a mismatch and all this, that, the third. And I used to just sit there and I used to say, that sounds like Mike Gesicki. Bruh. So that's when I started understanding that either Dolphin fans thought Kyle Pitts was Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson hybrid, or they don't respect Mike Gesicki as he should. Like, Mike Gesicki had 700 yards last year. He's been getting better every single season since he's been in the league. He's only getting better now. He's in his contract year, and again, I seen a stat that last season, Tua and Fitz had 100 passer rate when targeting. That's pretty insane. So again, when I looked at Mike Gesicki, I said, this dude's unstoppable. He's unguardable. I know we got a lot of weapons, and maybe people forgot about Mike Gesicki, but Mike Gesicki's unstoppable, unguardable. I haven't seen nobody guard him yet besides an injury. I don't know how he's ever going to get stopped. I don't know why he don't get more attention. You know, we talk about the weapons and everything. People do talk about Gesicki, but it was just at that moment whenever the draft was happening. By the way, I got the NBA Finals on right here. I'm barely watching. That's how much I care about the NBA. This NBA Finals is terrible. But anyway, I don't know if people just like have. I don't know what happened, but all I know is when people were thinking that we needed to get Kyle Pitts, it just made me think that people were underrating Gesicki. And I know we got 2 tight end sets and all that, but I'm sorry, you don't need Kyle Pitts and Mike Gesicki running 2 tight end sets. You don't need both of them. And I know people wanted to move Kyle Pitts at wide receiver, but at the end of the day, who really cared? You might as well just draft the best wide receiver if that's the case. So again, we'll see if Kyle Pitts is about to be the next Julio, but again, I don't think Mike Gesicki gets the love that he needs to get. I think he's a top 10 tight end already, and I think he has potential to be top 5 this season, if depending on how much target share he gets. But again, he's definitely top 10 already, and he's gotten better every season, has shown no signs of slowing down, and he's going to be as good as his amount of targets that he. So to me, he's the most underrated Dolphin player, just because during the draft process and during the whole offseason, I didn't hear a lot about him. I damn near heard people wanting to replace him, and I'm like, yo, he's top 10 at his position. How could you ever want to, like, it just didn't make sense. His contract year, his final year of his rookie contract, after he has improved every single season he's been in the league, this year is going to really be a breakout. I hope that we get to pay him before he goes crazy and then we owe him hella money, even though we probably going to owe him hella money anyway. I don't know if we're going to pay him or not, but I think he's going to have one of the most insane seasons. I know we're looking at Will Fuller, Jalen Waddle, but I think Mike Gesicki is going to have one of the most insane seasons we've seen. Anyways, YouTube, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this list. Who do you guys think is the most underrated Miami Dolphins player on the roster? Like, comment, subscribe, roll to 11K and wish back flexing. Let me get back to watching this terrible NBA Finals. I'm out.